enter the radio PRO. Mpuntuo jumedie enso enie na sani ya no ebrano a yenya akwanya abetena efidie so na enu bedi nkomo a yedi kase hu kran eka nkranhyesem bi ade toto ya brabo ho na yaka ne ewom nso awo nkranhyesem mu ade akyerawo. It could be say nkranhyesem ni mpono ebetumi afine ni way ewo enda ye discussion no emu anoti MCR ade enda ye quotation no ebeto so na wate amount na me no di nkomo fa no atro entro aye fa no lies atro anase entro ebata di offend ebo letter akohwi wo bia wo ye kohwini wo bo letter wo di atro sani pano ana sa enda me quotation way ekwadi amano. So on your screen, not my job, and it is not my job. Listen to me well. It is not my job to expose the fake. In due time, they expose themselves. Tienye, it is not Ochamaba's job to expose the fake. Obia waya true phobia no waya fake. Wanyo original or a fake, wanyo authentic or a fake. Obi odia trobia. And it wosha amanyoko endi sendai. Womu dia troko ko adi chegana fo. A trobi eti se. Yase enda sidi no enya huoden. Instead say the NDC the ruling government. Ebe kanu kre wom adi chegana fo se. Enyoma ABCD ana ebiana abandadano ayaya enayi eso abamfaso anase eyi the results ama Ghana fonso yawo ehiha yan ewo yabra bomu no esanse atro party NDC womu dinti womu person beka no kro womu ache the ordinary Ghanaian ana womu de wada ewo entrom eka kire nse eye some policies bia womo outline enu na etumi aboa amandei Ghana city no ehia woden na se ochire bi ebuboyen they would also come back to tell us say enema boni bi abandadano ye no enu so nsanso na amandei city no tumi ya hoden no ase atiaba fom enso andei a city na ya hoden no so the credit ni bi ebema NPP abandadano wan fa bi ma no Obeka choose number ABCD NDC yeah just 4-5 months and na me CD no eya hoden. And this is a lie. This is a lie. Na medical catcher said it is not my job to expose the fake. In due time they expose themselves. Into no and then come no I will give you stories upon stories, videos and pictures a chira say me o chirema ba me gina hey me konko kanche NDC ni bia say one beka no kra nemmom no in the due time no a e wo screen so no one kasa abamonte so a wo expose wo ho big time yakuye ni mu me de sa expose ni na no me de ebema ende e wo yendwumadie no esome da ase. And that is our quotation for the day. It is not my job to expose the fake. In due time they expose themselves. Now me say kakra ye po ye eno na epa NDC amanyoko no ntoma na bebia no kwese bia no ye betwe de pie na atro a wo madi ade aba abam a nei ese atro mu di ye ntino wo mu hu kwa mu fa so no mu appreciate their predecessor no eyeye na amambuo mu nso no akwa sustain na no your campaign time wo mu kan sem bia as ye campaign instead to tell us the truth na wo mu de sem e wada. It is not my job, but hey, kaka yake krampono, it is exposing some things big time. Me da sipi. Now, they be ask me more video of the day. Me ba ensure no e frasia e totototo. Ensure no frasia e gugugugu. E wo se utuminya plan B. E wo se utuminya plan B. Ye go tie video of the day. Na ye mara meto so enfama mo. Me da se. Ensure no frasia gugugugu I was so tia ya says about me aka and the video of the day
appreciation of the city that we have seen recently. I think one of the things that if you ask...
So, video of the day,
those who stay in areas that are prone to flooding, they should always have a plan B. When it starts raining, you should move to your sister or your brother or something for a week or two. Then when the rain subsides, you come back home. And those who stay in areas that are prone to flooding, they should always have a plan B. When it starts raining, you should move to your sister or your brother or something for a week or two. Then when the rain subsides, you come back home. And those who stay in areas that are prone to flooding, they should always have a plan B. When it starts raining, you should move to your sister or your brother or something for a week or two. Then when the rain subsides, you come back home. And those who stay in areas that are prone to flooding, they should always have a plan B. When it starts raining, you should move to your sister or your brother or something for a week or two. Then when the rain subsides, you come back home. And those who stay in areas that are prone to flooding.
Of the day, and you know, say, Mama Tibaby and Shota, a uniform one. I was said to be a munya plan B. Yaunia be a one a safer haven. Na asamu balance in Shota, na and this Abanway, and I just say, Wamba Buau, El Kwambiswa, and try because Abanway, any Ghanaians at heart. 1 year now, just say, or be able to be the one man for one anti-flat tax force. Wamumbo brebia warmo akwakwatena helicopter akwa nantiriam akaso amo hwewe seminsibi enkonkosi hwe Minister for Works and Housing yewa Gilbert Kenneth eje wonso akomonte so akobotau ana omne na mo saa eno se nso yirifa wo a na yewado wada ese wonya plan B anabo komno kire akome saka asasem we na yesere no yehuru no because na wo abemu ntino ye de be propaganda se minister ni bibia ema ne manfo e origin him ana afa wa se yenya plan B ene plan B na okaye no eso abamfaso mo ministers ni bi e ka bi mo nadmo directors bi no e ka bi ene wie ye story bi from central region nadmo director Emmanuel Dawood wa say hey munya plan B Bamaden unia bia ono no te a safe haven ono ne kaka asamu ba wotu akwakoda ho edu ba bi ne yeso na bokom na kira komensa ene na asem yo kaye no eso abamfaso akwakoya abakwasamu a ye de ka asem se enhwele frase e so nya plan B me na ase now yeti si ekomonim me ba to Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia otumi bono moden ama yesisa nneema hodo a eboa ye ama yen sidi no eya hoden na enano Young Executive Forum ewa London wakasa wase no ebinom atwena no edi esibone se NPP nya hwe enfa mboa sidi no ahoden na bacho for video no to so just on it na mu yisan nim frase Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia thank you so much MCR Ebre okoshe no one Young Executive Forum YF edin komo asama waka ya enene say NDC any policy NDC not even just a single policy wometu yaka say this policy way and one more eba abemu just 4 to 5 months no one more ayentia ama sidi no enya hoden sidi no any dollar wamu ekuo wase NDC ni policy bia na yenya enkofo bia wo mekasa ye editia yewra Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia me bato mo for minority of parliament and I said kuma no mambra shebedem fie womo document bi wo dia ba womo so emphasize on near Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baumia akaye fan say NDC ni policy bia betu yaka say wo ba yeyi betumi aye biribi amasidi no enya hoden na mom no the international reserves or the foreign reserves and tuma akotere pa because somewhere December 2024 NPP efra bemu no na foreign reserves no 8.9 billion US dollars 8.9 billion US dollars. So approximately 9 billion US dollars. Yeah, in foreign reserves, 5 months import cover. Maybe on the screen. So President Mahama has vindicated the NPP on CD appreciation. And it's a working kind criteria. Minority caucus in parliament. One more added by anyone. It is affirming the fact that even President John Dramani Mahama, Ajia Tumu say, yeah, in foreign reserves, our gross international reserves, and then muno somewhere April this year. Now a year 10.6 billion US dollars. One more from the 9 billion US dollars. Omoba ye kakamodi account wono and now 10.6 billion US dollars. And even if President John Dramani Mahama admit to say, the foreign reserves, and so Ekaubi, and I see Nayan Wadia, then it means minority so ever to me the Jina so aka say, oh yes, and this if one anka say mumbebinum, and a person meka no crack, and in the etium wankasa, and a media propaganda. But the president of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, admit to say, and pass your foreign reserves now. NPP edigina 8.9 billion US dollars and all boa amasidi no so enya hoden pa. Me matamfo yama peni John Dramani Mahama ne screenshot no fanto so enti we no eye minority caucus in parliament wamo enso document awon bonbonten so affirming that John Dramani Mahama na small kan no aye no kre. So on your screen, cities search means Akosro cities surge backed by 10.6 billion reserves. President John Dramani Mahama say was a city na etumenya hoden kwa nanim no. 10.6 billion international reserves na yenya dia to no yetumi ade ye imports de kan nyoma import cover 5-month import covers no eno so na aboa me city no enya hoden. And this ni biaka different story and no crap because ni penny within a nim aja to me say international reserves na now the damn Kufado Dr. Alhaj Mahmoud Baromia Wamu etumi buo modern through their gold purchase agreement and other programs and the policies wamu say ya policy papa no and the etumi buo yama ndey sidi no so etumi yan woden and it tie story fufuro bia NDC for Beka. It's John Dramani Mahama His Excellency. So no akasa ja tumua. Yadana see because ne ma almost national. Wama imagine say they are in government but still wama propaganda. Inside some bebu omano, wama the omano as a sebe campaign grounds and the piano wama propaganda. And two femu kwa and omuchi edia femu. Anya minority caucus nkwa and anya John Dramani Mahama nkwa. Yawa professor bo mangana mu a waya economist and finance professor at the University of Ghana, Legon. You find a professor Bokpen. One also ajia to me say the creditor I was say the ma near poor ye Emma Sydney a stable no a NPP are buying. It's on your screen. Professor Bokpen. NPP deserves some credit for city stability. And it here over writer NPP, over lefter NPP, over fronter NPP. Over banker NPP, over Santa, NPP, and also to me this abasbodiano at the Emmanuel. But sa and come away none sa evidence in it, Jaya Nyakatua Yenya Berima, the communications officer for the NDC National, acting CEO Emma Godboard, the dollar Samijemfi, the dollar man Samijemfi. Upon all this evidence, one also person what I say when him encontabuo, so when him economy ni muo, and so we a lawyer ni unya economist. And we got church and send me on the Twitter handle in FNX, no. Church and send us be prekese sasabe abu abreche janai. As a sabe abu aponche janai, wakikabo misa, wahunu baby asam no fen frasiye na wafa ende. So on your screen. Samijan Fi the X page was say the significant appreciation of the Ghana cedi we are currently witnessing. So blah 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 as one day put fan 20. Now I say the first key intervention and the stringent monetary policy stance complemented by aggressive liquidity sterilization by the Bank of Ghana. This was partly achieved through the strategic policy decision by the Bank of Ghana in March 2025 to increase the monetary policy rate by 100 basis points from 27 to 28%, and the open market operations of the bank. But your first one, no, Sami Jefi Paso check Ghana for say central banks, no, and our commercial banks are Casiano, me pese me bobi din, but the common one is GCB, Ghana Commercial Bank, and in the Anuaka NIB no money asefo. Banks are Casiano. You're from commercial banks. So Bank of Ghana. Ekobobusia ensi ho Bank of Ghana edisi wo mo ho no na na do dem kwaku for the penso no na ye 27%. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama baye no Bank of Ghana epeje ako 28% somewhere March 2025. Enoti Sami Jemfi say esanse ndisi aban antwen Ghana fo ho antwen Ghana edwadifo ho antwen Ghana oman ba ho womo hia bosia edi editwa ndc aban antwi womo ntino the monetary policy rate Bank of Ghana epegem eno ti achievement for the NDC and they eno ne ade ba ko a ama seed no enya hoden all because womo the 1% bi edi akeka 27% na ho dada no ho nti ama oman sika no so akone nim agya na so ye nti ano so another policy a Sami Jefi say NDC for INT etumi aboa ama endai yan a friend is saying see no etumi yan hoden. What a shame. Nti no sabe Ghana ni no ntumi enna ama na so munwe no. So the monetary policy rate we company a Bank of Ghana dio ansana a decentralize ebetia ba from aba central banks nim into ono na 28% no one also the bank ni mu a na se wo ba bank no beje bosia because me amegina hey businessman no jadini no want to me call Bank of Ghana directly so kwaje bosia wo be call bank se ma bobodin ya bi into so so kwaje 28% a no mo de abeka ho na ye 35 40 45 per annum enti wo ku businesses na mo de nya no ho enuti Sami Jefi say because of the monetary policy rate of the Bank of Ghana and the Tuabua Ghana city no amenya hoden MC man na so dey second one. Second one. The second one is what say fiscal consolidation by the Ministry of Finance. Now okay kaba see no I say the economy anchored on fiscal discipline and prudent public finance management. And person chance the confidence the foreign investors no enya wo manyimu no ama ndai omo de minikatantam etumi do musika aba be to Ghana ha aba be ditwa wo Ghana ha all because NDC ba be mu no and the investor na John Dramani Mahama somewhere February and March wakati Ghana for say the economy is criminally managed. It is a crime scene no and wa ba be mu no the crime scene no and they wa people dey free wo 2-3 months 4 months wo ba ye paper the crime scene dey free wo amandai opeso a chance say o manu ye ni o kan ebre bi abasen kro no na ye propaganda intendai investors no wo mu ahwe crime scene no na wo do musika ababe wura man ye economy no emu Sami Jefi say eno ya de ba ko so a aboa ama ye sika no enya hoden. And the third one was gold board for PMMC and wo akeka wo so abomadia policy interventions alongside favorable global context blah 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 blah. And the third one also say eye one more gold board phone so any maybe one more year enso ka ho na etumi ewie sa me kan nda aka ne kira say enema me ensa Sami Jefi alisi na ba kumponim no kra say no na ye factor and interventions and this for ba ye one more put in place in tia am ye see na yan hoden. But the crow pano and the John Dramani Mahama's Excellency wakaye no maybe I no call aka just 2 minutes na me the far way edi esi maybe I tell you second one to na fe maintenance na me ne Dr. Frederick Boyen ndi enkomo in fact voice na yira de but still na no ye ginem yes for God and country ye nyankopon any amagana and it you were just 2 minutes to end this section me that say now mofa GPRTU transport operators no wamo aya communicate no ento so emame but as Samuel Jingo as I remember Jingo no yemo samena eba on your screen road transport operators the NDC road transport operators nhwehwani mu fo no me anu am yom hadwuma wa ha na me bre ni ho ntinkane ka me sa to ho so David Agboado akwadan nyame pa wili friends say madam free true drivers ya barema and o ma na me so mo ye NDC for so because the same people na now the kwakufa do penso May 17th ya ka so mo ntese ntuade so yanya enara ya no toka anema yen enya ban bia no toka ma yen GPA toka ma yen yanya sa all because no person MPP aban aye unpopular wa brand ya tifu asuma na 12 cities wa so mo nte so because anya fuel nko a and they determine the price of fares and now fuel pa and yate so wa okobo so kanya spare part dealers wa mo nte mo nema so all because woman ni gidie e wa John Dramani Mahama ene ni NDC say cedi ni dollar na woman person meka no and the kwate Ghana for no woman nim say 10 billion no so woman so mo na ma ye no we say trade war so say dey yo NDC aban person meka no kre nti woman so no mo ntimi nte so na de kwate na sesabe anya saa na tia na mo ye ne dan nti na fuel pa ana so ate kakra ene kwa say ya mpeso yi ai nti no ba chaw krata da so yi edi adanse pefe se nyame ya aduma 24th eye ochinechi Saturday ya te lorry fare so by 15% but check on a slide by 15% into matumi bu ase GPA to force atombo ase one my calculation no adi aba so on your screen but I am ma flip bia miensa na on your screen wa wo hwemu a lorry fare aya wutua baby a wo ta kopa efre bia wudwumadie so ekofie fire na omoje dada no sa omote so a ne obetua se na be ya obi enkobu mfa so se na be ya obi no nkokontokwa odo bani ni benya salis we bi atono ka anim wa munya bi na so hwe no eno ti na TV ho a wo hwe bi o screen no so eno ti picture ni din na twamfo ni to phone no so adafo bi no mo ya mambofo abeka cho se me GPRT ni me proto ni me concern ni me true drivers ni ase me ya prepremu ni but once amu na moto fuel ba kono won so ese ogitum won ya station car crowd ba tum because you have to comply ese o comply and on your screen no aye first na and day from Saturday ye betua and me am me wo kodokrom yi from Takrali to kodokrom say be a trotro na mefa trotro no 6 cities 50 pesos and the send back calculate ni it will be 15 divided by 100 times 6 cities 50 pesos. Ebema 0.97 something. Now what is that amount no? Every 6 cities 50 pesos nim. Ebetchom premu dia ose wutua. Into no 15% or 15% ay 0.15. 0.15. Now what times no by 6 cities 50 pesos. Ebema 0.97 something. Now one minus in the buy sika wo twa ni prempremu 6 cities 50 pesos no ebema the exact fare was utua ntende say 76 cities na utua ebete so aba 65 Ghana cedis na ekọ enum saa na wo screen so a mempeso obi na obi kwa ntokwanti ya bubum ade amamo ewo oman Mpuntuo dwumadie so ya peso obi na obi abeko arafo mo pa munjintum mo pa so munjintum because ukọ ebono ene ahafomantemu a wamu ko gidi wamu so munjintum ah because wamu amuye penfo mudi adorafo ekabom ko anu ina no dodo na ye ndisifo intino wamu aban na aban to mu ye bibia se aban de begitin kana na do penso ena tifu so a komeka so mu ntefa no so da na ya me wo ho wo hwe me say me adwuma se me expose the fake but ebrand ba so woman we fake e woman ni mu na no they would expose themselves me and me expose wo woman be expose wo mo ebrand na nya so nyentia me da say some 33 minutes past the hour 4 yanda ne ombra na afei yambra mbedi oman mu enkomo kakanso e wo afidie eso me da sipi e dan ho aba
reorganization any ekumye in Kambo no were able to win power again. enti enne media mesramo say we support we omi Mpuntuo na se ekuru ye baba bia mu so a enne bi gyina aka kyerɛ regional and national executives say Omuma amnesty from Afoko, Alam, to everybody that has been suspended. Omuma amnesty. Young Frau Omumra, Nian Kambo, say 3 years a catch now. Nibia, ya suspended na Nancy Ayinadi, or Yeri, or Back. Or Monsieur Four, or Number 4. Oh, say you can now, Omo and Tuaba Empire. The National Chairman, former Vice President, General Secretary, Monamade, Apache and Mambo.
Now, Janjimed Dental Clinic. Janjimed Dental Clinic. I have sabia we and Ryan any penifod in coma. A banner say a son how biano. Ope baby out of a con now to me a sadiamao and tentam swa. Unya problem bia which a Janjimed Dental Clinic. Mr. Your examination. Yes, and so a consultation. Root canal treatment, even RCT, scaling and polishing, extraction, teeth whitening, on a two umbrofo until qua. A so problem biano or a teeth whitening and extraction. Whether they have was on Fako, number who number to me is yano a day amount. And which braces, teeth replacement, and teeth jewelries. Restoration so a remedy about qua. Womudi, to Momadena call Janjimed Dental Clinic na into me and show. Takwa de ya wo a year Manchaso Quando so would do pipe anoa. Na wakwenim so tintin so e kwana ekobanchiase no a Old GN Bank no emu ana ibutu 0559 139 582 0559 139 582. Dr. Frederick Boahen, a communications team member, Emma the NPP. Anyway, what's answer? Good evening.
Good evening. Ochamba.
Ibia bokwa.
Nyame adom na ahonu hwe.
Oh, oba adom ension ye pa.
Ended that. O brother Osika.
Okay.
Okay, there's a man you will lose or the number to form aba. And the minim so the nan to form a bear.
Oscar abana mbisa sa adentina. One for nan to form say o kan say se mo hye bebiri ba. Aso an kasa mo hye ba ko pa. Se totem hye ba ko.
Ano pedan ka mo koni fie na me yi ne mpobo no. Dan ka mo monitor na mo nanto ade beju.
Umposika yi.
O de se mo me enchi awo etefo.
Nice one.
Na ahwafo nyinara. Bibi bia obi atehin na.
All right.
Minchia, you need 2 hardworking MPs in this metro. That is Efia MP, Dr. Boama, Lawyer Boama.
Yeah.
In fact, he's really working hard on the ground. Now, remember Takradi, Mami Dim Takradi constituency, any MP, Dr. Kobiochida Kumesa, Onusu Minchia, and Ankasa, and Sana, Mohobia near that.
Very well. And then come over Brenwana, I beshin di enra. If I say free the stabilization of the CD, and I could be a year war single digit inflation. John Dramani Mahama say by May 2026, Obeshana or to me achieve. I don't know whether senior can know him the work can now CJ so file application for interrogatory injunction. 6 member committee. When we investigations into the petitions now there. They are starting free. CD stabilization no na Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bamia can say ma NDC from bomu show end credit no because wo mamu nya hwe but oba na me can say me fa no same dem fi na nyoma me ense bi o say eno na NDC fo aya ama mo dey stabilize CD no me ene kuma nimbre ese na wo hu asem no esifa amtio
yo me da se bio
to me 101.3
Ghanaian politics. I think that it is about time I yebe emotions.
Okay.
Defim na ye the logic Because when it comes to economy, it's not by emotion, it's about data, fact. That is what we rely on so that we can measure the performance of the economy. You see, obi NDC ni, obi MPP ni, intino, he will not want to look at the fact. But as some Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia Lekede, we should give Yanfa Abosobono, Yanfombo NPP, because NDC has not implemented even one policy. That is the fact. You can't run away from the fact. NDC should tell us one policy program or that one on it nearly achieve the dollar CD appreciation here. You see, Yemshe, they be amekade yeja NDC a promising economy. A promising economy. You see, 2024, now economic growth was at 5.7.
Sure.
Obi biara obakano kwabia can attest to the fact that from the January last year, we saw the economy picking up. That is actual economic growth. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter. Yedibowie December. Statistical service. 5.7 economic growth. It means that the economy was picking up. As compared to 2023, and near 3.1 or so. So, actually, all the facts, economic indices from the year 2020, that is during the COVID, after COVID now, and when the economy during the COVID, it even grew as low as 0.5.
Okay.
But NPP, yes, I see the prudent measures here to one. Yakwayama 2024 yearly fee abenimuno near 5.7% economic growth.
Okay.
Now the value of the economy is 1.2 trillion Ghana cedis. On your billion, 1.2 trillion Ghana cedis. That is the economic growth. In fact, NDC by 2025, Nimpa ya achieved 5.7 last year. On an economic projection, or about 4%.
Yes.
Instead of anchor, we need to add more. On about 4%. World Bank was predicted that this year, based on the foundation we have achieved so far, we should have single-digit inflation.
Okay, so World Bank predicted that.
So President John Dramani Mahama next year, 2026, mid-year, it is too far. Per World Bank prediction, we should have single-digit inflation this year. Because the foundation was there. So whatever NDC are seeing right now, Ghanaians are seeing right now, without shred of doubt, they are the programs of MPP. No doubt. Or the programs of MPP. So that is why you're confident, you're bold. You throw a question that NDC should tell us one program away. On it, you appreciation. Me President John Dramani Mahama Olekade. Now, we are able to export gold from 80 tons a year to 135 tons a year.
Nice one.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference. And you know, the dollar CD appreciation one is the gold. So you can't take away the fact that since you know Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, okay, the yam back any currency with gold no. One can keke. Or you say the yo. And only Jawakono near 30.1 tons of gold in our reserve. It was even more than the measure IMF for the Ghana. It was more than that. That is why NDC Abani Bay and Peprimumbi enough there, he will add more to the reserve. Rather, he will sell the gold. It's no idea young winning one selling of gold. Ghana ya ton gold and kasa this year. That is why we are having more dollars. And you will go to Suguo, NPP aban or poor modern see gold toward the man Ghana.
This is a 31 or 30 tons.
Yes, 30.1 tons
of gold.
So NPP abana bomodern. What pay gold they go down NDC government. You have 4 months import cover so the tour.
Yeah.
Close to $9 billion. So let us ask ourselves there. NDC government, we read the one budget. NDC they should tell us that during their budget presentation, there was any program. Urban job creation, there wasn't any program.
There wasn't anything biana it will be able to cushion the economy as we are seeing, except gold sales. So, says Sami Jemfi Oleka Molekenya. You see, let us put it under litmus test when it comes to the economy. Young man, critical analysis about Sami Jemfi Asama Wake. Maybe Yana Mreshe. Nasa Esha Wana. Also, stringent monetary policy stance, complemented by aggressive liquidity sterilization by the Bank of Ghana. This was partly achieved through the strategic policy decision by the Bank of Ghana in March 2025 to increase the monetary policy rate by 100 point basis from 27 to 28%. The me adi onyado oyade fufuro.
Yeah.
It is Adia Bank of Ghana. They do constantly. One, in order to bring down inflation, there has to be less money in the system.
Okay.
So all Obandama interest rate is high. That is why last year, from last 2 years, the Bank of Ghana has been increasing.
Okay.
The percentage when it comes to this instances like this.
Okay.
It's a because maybe inflation one of the prudent measures when it comes to managing inflation is to increase interest rate so that there will be less money in the system. So what Bank of Ghana is doing is not no less than what Governor Addison was doing. What Governor Esiama is doing, Onya Adefufru Bia, or Yadi the previous governor was doing it. So Sami Jemfi cannot tell me that Adi or the ho yenim there control inflation. This is it. For America, you see that when they want to control inflation, they increase at interest rate.
Yeah.
Into another fofol. So Sami Jemfi probably can use this with emotional appeal to his followers. But the ordinary Ghanaian will know that what you are saying is not a fact.
Ale nim no one nim, menim so anya economist there, but at least ebi o nim de kakra wo ho, but the obobo so yi nim na onnim awo kan bia de aginani and I say still na no mo dwen so mo opposition a wo mo yes propaganda nyoma bi na mo opposition no. It was the problem.
When Sami Jemfi the masemi Sami Jemfi akin. Ebonda from Inde. NDC communicators will pick it.
No, so
no,
TV radio so.
Yes, yes. Without recourse to analysis, when the Oyadia Governor Addison was doing it. It is nothing new.
And even sometimes, if you be say, what is monetary policy rate crana? On communicator,
he doesn't know.
That's something if you can also can be
and also an open market operations of the bank. Why? Because now go the Ghana yaton CC. There are more dollars in the system. It's in the per dollar benyebi. A per dollar benyebi. Sometimes make MPP time. Not dollar no it was difficult. It was scarce. That is why now dollar rate no look so. But in the per benyebi. Why? Because yaton gold. Now MPP abandon so bomb more than see gold. Mr. Sandis in Bibisawa beside the gold reserve no. Dr. Laj Mahmoud Baumiana now do Danko Akufo do jet one. Obey a hin or Dabaka. Shoko 2. Also fiscal consolidation by the Ministry of Finance and restoration of investor confidence in the Ghanaian economy anchored by fiscal discipline, prudent public finance management. With this, a tautology. This is a tautology. Sami Jemfi probably he can just spell some words like a fiscal consolidation. Obetima spell it in what type ego. But this is nothing. Because on a message there, the economy was growing. Our debt to GDP was coming down. Debt to GDP, it was coming down. The economy was growing. These are the things that investors look for. So the indices were there. The dollar was coming down. The fuel was coming down. Debt to our GDP was coming down. The economy was picking up. The value of the economy, it rose to 1.2 trillion.
Yeah.
Now your economy, na say a investor, na say the indices here. Why wouldn't you have confidence?
Now is it true? Sir, investors be no more confidence or many more. womo invest womo all because of insembio mampania capping after my Ghana ho a wasell money din tatantan e wo obi man so. So I don't know why he was also writing all these things confidence in restoration. Restoration
you see one share NDC will be the word na American we use that was criminally handled the economy.
Yeah,
it was them criminally handled the economy. Now what him the budget oh
yeah.
And this was by January, February, March. They were relying on the budget of NPP. The two in November last year.
Yeah.
In town one when the budget away, they rely on the progress, the robust economy on what year budget. It's a can't the office of the president. Since independence, it been see that 11.8 billion Ghana cedis. Now what do call Mahamani office and Kwatin. Abra Nanadu Danko Akufo-Addo last year 2024 ordered 327 million Ghana cedis. And this including the 11.8 billion what they call the office of the presidency.
And look last year be 2
yes.
Election year.
And they are spending it for 9 months.
Yeah.
9 months. Into be somewhere there economy which was criminally handled. Eye den neti minye nu musika dam na twa kwato the office of the president. And you know the main assembly the president or can tra because now we are seeing the fruit of the management and people who are to on a marble board. These are the things investors they look for. And this be one chair we set up company bia. Was set up company bia. Meaning the NPP time not cast assembly Ghana.
Yeah.
Assembly plants in Ghana. They all came to Ghana. Zonda, the Toyota,
yeah.
Woodwasgain. And when they were here, it was during MPP time. It's in the investors' confidence.
Yeah.
MPP to NDC. It was during that time. And in the Ghana, they need beauty men.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was in another time. No, not for the first time in West Africa. Yet me establish Biwaha. Yet me establish a gold refinery. Yet me establish a oil refinery.
Yeah.
So tell me, so what can investors' confidence are in MPP and NDC time? No, one share investment papa NDC be yenya ewo Ghana. It's no so okay there so be when your investors in your confidence be in the economy of Ghana. It is during the time of NPP because NDC be of 5 months you may.
Yeah.
So aba investment in Awaba. They should tell us which investment. So clearly, Sammy Jemfi is just using an emotional appeal. Probably he does not value the minds of NDC grassroots. You know. If he value them, he will not throw these things out in the public that NDC food should discuss it, let alone consume it. This is nothing. You should tell us proper measures NDC has released so that Ghanaians will have some understanding of what you are saying.
Okay.
Monsha third one. Also robust forex inflow and accelerated foreign reserve accumulation through unprecedented gold purchases and export by the PMC and Gold Board. These things tell me that then tell me if you are just lying because influx here wabi dollar influx Mr. Ghana ya ton gold pa. We have sold gold. And people were born modern consciously with just gold at all. So they should tell me. We think that you born with ebia wobeno ebia sisiano wali ebia starch factory inte be me export starch park foreign market or ebia plantain ebia there is some commodity bia now Ghana is exporting to the European market on $19 million but with gold. These things are normal. That is why I galam say, Matthew John Drummond Mama Yane president, Ole Kade, 1 from 80 tons to 135 tons. Me export is here. And it is through Galamsey.
Okay.
Into one so good Galamsey, boys no better when you juma. The boys will be stranded.
Yeah.
So now we need to manage the Galamsey issues very carefully because that is what is cushioning the economy of Ghana.
Nice one.
And these things is not a lie. It is plain truth. So NDC government has not really done anything different. there is no company be our set up. 1 year she biara, there is nothing. So what Sami Jemfi is doing is saying and writing. Mempede over deceive the minds of the followers. Because now Ghanaians will analyze these things and they will see that indeed, as some Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia Kano, that is the fact.
So can we say, sir, the NDC is still thinking that they are in opposition and that one more year will be in a form of campaign propaganda near there? Because the tell me say if near some fika clearly Ghana ni baby crampo and say they are fair ya wono and him saying no correct. Adenti and as a ruling party or abaya mumu na mo show minus so. The no maybe one more can munim pay first at some way and yes san the city now so more told the good and from him my Ghana for so at be ready. Now the end of the day and yes san a city say kwa 1 year besa be boy ya. For example and they cement amosumatis wo amana got 82 Ghana cedis. Makokro mebisa no credit. Even distributors no crown no mo fan be free eya haba ho no. Crown no ton more than 100 cedis cement. Mea and the Kenya me pese me bo amount ne de eno na menam ho. Mako atala satala nso a mako ke ofori. Me nko mo ho direct me no mo ekodi nkomo but me twam a me hunu price a ebobo bo manim ho. Enti sa and they fuel buo am say lorry fare yente so. Taxi drivers, truck drivers bin mu trim say your cosmetics as a shepe kwa but I no cre. It no say ba ni say ya. Ya no mu problem dia mayen as o man ma. Say yenye biribi mfa endidi dia ho dem ane I don't know me nim the omo pa chankasa. Cause me can some na some no me hu ni nchire mu.
You see
what is that?
You see sir Masami Jemfileke na me catch there. Not only NDC grassroots on cool school continue obey you. Me say benya communicators in this region. They will go on radio and they will be using the same word because Obeton no analyzing he wouldn't do it. Because we need time to think. And that is what NDC did when they were in opposition. Wakada helped Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia.
Sure.
To an extent that Sami Jemfi Katina UTV won the last program to elections. And Omeke the main allegation. He didn't consider there or disgrace the vice president, the presidential candidate of the opposition party. But okay. And Ghana Fuji did the help tell Dr. Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia dia. And then a sister and NDC funabo to name to the onye Dr. Alhaji Mahmood dia. She SML, SML.
Yes.
The fourth estate.
Yes.
What by SML? Natural some NDC what can for SML?
That is Strategic Mobilization Limited.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the SML is still standing on its feet. Going from national television to television, indeed, they have saved this country 20 billion Ghana cedis. This is a company. NDC Kenya about 2 Ghana for one out show there. Now do danko akufado. Wako akafa company be on a kenoforiata. No wolu via Ghana ska. And then this ben so wanye SML na no wonyi ejuma. Because fact and figures are there. This SMA company is performing. It is saving Ghana some money to a tune of 20 billion. Now we pay upstream petroleum sector to monitor for Ghana. But then this Kenya Ghana Fuji there. Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo. No on your company na share. No will via Ghana ska. Ghanaians CBGD. Data prices, data yala internet. Time NDC wa power. What's the Osla? Osu. Data no was shut down via Ghana Fuska through data. Sam George.
Yeah.
And that be the Minister of Communication.
Yeah.
And on Kanwa Sembium. Look at data prices. And why you did?
Send the Musu a true report back over to me say data bobe call for men check. Wait.
Yes.
Wait.
So the matter me as Sami Jemfileke Ghanaians will also believe it without recourse to analysis about asema wakande. Mpuntuo in the Google ho AI impo ho. Mpuntuo na mfon research that asema Sami Jemfileke no po no kwala. They wouldn't have time because Ghanaians don't have time to think.
Okay, yafa koma we see na yankwe ne mefa messages me do Mpuntuo so na fe. You move on. Good evening Achama Ba, please. If NDC is blowing their trumpet about the current economy, then what about the current interest rate at the banks? From Joseph Tando, Shama, and our D. Efre Abba. We also say, men can't say, Yahoo Yankin Kai, Luke and Sampa, Etinisia, and Yamu Ediasa Enkron. Luke chapter 6, verse 39. Jesus spoke in parable to them. Can blind lead the blind? Would they not both fall into the ditch? Acharamaba, Radio PR, good afternoon. If a leader is a liar, so are his followers. Oh, I say, oh, Ghana, a bad driver who is also a blind is driving the nation to a ditch. Oh God, save Mother Ghana. My name is Sakura Opoku, watching from Kumasi Kote Extension. We say, good evening, senior. JDM has failed Ghanaians. Let us pray for Oman Ghana. NPP will bounce back strongly in 2028. Special greetings goes to incoming national chairman Wutumi and incoming regional women organizer Augustina Nkatia from Sub-Zero. And we say to and also need what the aba messages no also now so yanko now yabase ateni or na say achieve a single digit inflation. And no na me year analysis be me started free 2013 January 7th 2013 aben bi free so na me hwe ye yewura atamos free so na 8.8%. Yewura na adan kwakufa do beje ye 13.3% first in the first term. What free that's 2021. Yes, offer free 2013 8.8. 2017 and first term of the Bewuro 2021 equal 13.3. 2021 offer so na 9.9. After 2025 inflation na 23.5 na senye ana epu ye about 22.1 and now 21.2. But I don't know how we can work to achieve a single digit inflation. But John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, said by mid 2026 no oba achieve a single digit inflation. How achievable is this, Mpuntuo?
You see, I'm a fat check there, and this will feed the inflation was 15.7. In Mpuntuo now I check him
from that's 2017.
2016, 2017, 2017 and 15.7.
Okay.
In Mpuntuo I check him my check out.
Okay.
You see, time I call IMF. The programs na there IMF the tour. One on me call debt restructuring. Into them debt restructuring or hoodie and from paying certain debt. Into no sisi anu ya if you IMF programs na sisi anu no yetim ye follow ya and the economy is growing. On inflation was coming down. Into no actually last year our economic performance of 5.7 this year our projection should have increased. I'm hoping that NDC will revise it forward at least by mid this year.
Okay.
So World Bank kede says this year no into America there one interest rate no in order to control inflation an interest rate bonde woma oko up into bonde so ba single digit interest rate can come down because probably there will be less money in the system, so they were allowed through that miss obeska baba system no into no with the 100 basis policy na asami jemfiose wodoko no or one of the measures. And the Ghana, we are not paying onya de yetua contractors cow multinational companies and so onya de one profit wodeko.
Okay.
So now we have money in the system. Interest rate is so high. So even though money is in dollar before more, but sikani instead and kita Ghana for there is more dollars in the system. But sikani kita Ghana for why? Because extra salary or mine 10%. So the Ghanaian worker the purchasing power is still low.
Okay.
2, interest rate is also. Since a Bank of Ghana go to the real banks, probably you have like 35%, 37 or 40% per annum. So with this, no, people wouldn't go for much loan. Until the purchasing power no obo form. Money circulation bo form. With that, no, onya de sisi ankofu betim atade there ma wo pay. Therefore, the money no affect inflation waiting before. And IMF will predict today. Say if you follow these measures now, this year, by December, we should have single digit inflation. On your next year, mid year, this year, we should have it. Because of the foundation 2024, ye jet to one. So, John Dramani Mahama will catch and next year made them. It is too far. We should have it this year. So, on your window, look at them, but we should have it this year because of the foundations. I get that one. We should have it because in America, the any debt above debt to GDP over form. Yane economic growth. What cause? Inflation is coming down. So why shouldn't we have it? As year 23% because it went as far as 54 and 54.1. Yes. So why back to 23% in Asia? So we should have it. Into onyadia oya ade oye hu. Into America there, see emotions to 20. Near fact data na figures are. Every Ghanaian will understand that we should have it. Every economic person there should understand that we should have single digit inflation. So President John Dramani Mahama and NDC should make sure that we have it. If you don't have it, you are deceived Ghanaians. Not today. I want to overspend it. Sikano to an extent that obey inflation intimacy. So when you prudent management, physical discipline, today Messi adopted last year 2024 now. So them discipline or koda. So me jemfian one check dollar no. Now say they will manage sikani ya. We will have it. Onya do you we should have it.
But dog, onyan Tracy NDC for share na. Akwaso omo sambia omo kan wo a echire no omo sign ebesese omo no. Because me kai see Haruna Drusu education minister. Omo kai wo position say on ba double track. O made the through. Me yan fa ton keke enka we no. But na see okoshi a chance for no. So was it 2027? 2027, yeah. But omo enka say 2027.
Of course, what's 90 days?
Yes. It's in this case the World Bank mpo a predicted say inflation friends say single digit inflation benya. Na John Dramani Mahama ka say mid 2026 me anyam won because omo say me sisi so ma me NDC for.
Of course. And so only the new reality no capture that you achieve it in next year. On America they say if you achieve it next year, then NDC has been one year prudent when it comes to the economy. They have gone back to their incompetency. On it in next year single digit because we should achieve it. If it was NPP from the data na sisi yenya economic growth na yenya na we should achieve it. And you know NDC day, we know that their propaganda wouldn't allow them to achieve it. They don't have the men to achieve the single digit this year. If they achieve it next year, not yet they don't have the men. But we should see it come December. We should see it. Because when the outsiders are predicted there, now the dollar no so boko 14 cedis come December. And you know, when there Ghana had the better that propaganda to us message affiliate. But international monetary fund the phone now the international financial indicators monitors no. And when they will speak fact too.
Yeah.
Because I want they rely on fact. On onyen this no onyen people ni. And so he will speak fact to truth. And this a dollar no outside predicted about 14 cedis a year. Because a time will come you have to pay contractors. People will take their money away. That is bullet payment. You know. You will start to do it. It will put some pressure on your city. And you know, international monetary for na washe yenisika samdo no onyen pipini onyen this no onyen pipini only the oba he speak the truth. And you know, I want to work that we should achieve it. If NDC can't achieve it, then we deceive Ghana for by not achieving it. But I am so there they can't achieve it.
Okay, but someone will say fish solution for the almost say about 15 cedis to $1 fish solution.
And work 15.
15.
Yes, because on the measures no one or artificial.
Okay.
Artificial in America the oil dollar gold na yellow tone. So be someone that says and galam safe no said Mr. President John Dramani Mahama, what can go NPP do now? The waba one within 1 week wobe ye galam safe one. So what team way if you are, where would you get the tons to sell? Onye measures in one onye sustainable. Intina waleka de dollar no bokoso because since a Ghanaian ton gold abadi biom ne yakwa cotton.
Okay.
Gold down yellow ton. Yeno cocoa, yen ton cocoa there may see yellow ton gold. Because as I seen you na sisi NDC Beno, NDC constituency executive, Fred Mahama, Nandinina, sisi a wajina do wadi galamsino. So where will you get the land for our agriculture purpose?
Okay.
Into one NDC can't achieve it. That is a fact.
Very well.
They can't achieve it. But you speak to them as we are doing right now. Because you team one fa a man and find your propaganda when you are in government.
Okay.
When you're in government, it's not about propaganda or your performance. But we know, you know, Ghanaians know that they can't achieve it. In time the extra December, dollar no kosola, ya wahaya baka. You tell Ghanaians that in this day, 20th or 21st or 22nd, you carry the measure or your artificial on your sustainable.
Okay.
So we are here. We are looking at NDC for sure.
But I say, me bacho, more messages so there for WhatsApp. It was 0248071174 no. Yeah, try say with me I can dem but for now na yen kan no. Fafa text message 0248071174. The same line na no. Yen text message mami. Until you copy message na WhatsApp no. Na fire no text message. E bacho. Ya ba wadin say betumi nya WhatsApp messages no. Na etumi akenkan bi e di amameda say. Now, MC Amufa, Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokonu, ne rates and suit, ne application no through the lawyers. Yera Godfrey Yabu Adame, but Amufa sa PDF no, and to Sumamina, me estimate you can come with some kakra. Na afei, ya tronco bonus so now. The suspended Chief Justice Gertrude Arabe Sabasaki Tokonu, and they were filing application at the Supreme Court was seeking for the restraining of the 6 member committee. One more investigations into the petition. We say court no shall on hold to one. She said, "Mama, continue na one more in investigation." Tibacho munya eyina na mo de atoso ama me a PDF am say a mature so discussion na mo de atoso e de ama me but my can be wo phone so say in the suit filed on Wednesday May 21 2025 the Chief Justice is requesting an interrogatory injunction to halt all proceedings of the committee pending the final determination of the case. MC Mumma fa suit no fanto sumame. According to court document, the Chief Justice wants the Supreme Court to issue an order restraining the 6-member committee composed of Justice Gabriel Scott Puaman and Samuel Kwame Adibu Asiedu, as well as Daniel Yao Demalevu, former Auditor General, Major Flora Bazuwarau Dalugo, and Professor James Sefa Giasa. Now, as if from proceeding with any inquiry related to petitions brought against her. The application also seeks to bar Justice Puaman and Adibu Asiedu from presiding or participating in any deliberations of the committee. And on your screen is the rate. So, Justice Gabriel Scott Puaman and the 6-member committee Chief Justice, the suspended Chief Justice, say 1% one better a year assembly so a investigation no and a screen no S1 no. Inti wafu enifa fem. Na I said the suit filed by her legal team at Dame and Partners is expected to be moved at the Supreme Court in the coming days. But okay, earlier today, or that is yesterday, the Supreme Court by a 4-1 majority decision dismissed an application brought before it by a private citizen, that is Theodore Kofi Atta Kwate, challenging the process to possibly remove the suspended Chief Justice, that is Justice Araba Tokonu. Another application was also dismissed. And Center for Citizenship, Constitutional and Electoral System, that is census, Sankayenya reversal of John Dramani Mahama ne suspension or they have to see just one in no court no dismiss. And no ma Chief Justice ne lawyer Godfrey Yabu Adame and so atwekrat no mpo no ka say this is the time I say am a good man on be kasa e wo manyim na abrante e friend no afed abebi okumi ye friend no adenta kumi won so ene ye nuabarema ne din no cry escape me kakra do program o Asempa FM no obi asabonsu ono na ye interview bi na was say Supreme Court a judge for mienu a omudin e wo the my your friends committee no committee na ya set no John Dramani Mahama His Excellency asset no omudin e wo mu ana another judge but ono no oka Vincent Ekwa Asefua. He was very instrumental ebra wo mo ebo Vincent Ekwa Asefua suit no etotwe ye no ya dismissing application no sa judge no se fen Kulendi no waka ho na okonu sa a judge from yensen our restaurant bi e Nkran a wo mu didi do mo ho enkomo na our every evidence empirical evidence to bacterize as someone a work can say and they ya is a fraud no affect kumi abebi osombra embe no ho anu a obetumi de evidence ene eye witnesses bebre ede aba esa se asamo court ana say atiabedi kuo mo hwehwe obi asemu a wo mo case ni so no ene obi a wano edi nkan edi case ni bi pen no mo endi enkomo you have to restrain yourself eno nti ana duru baby ebra na MPP wa bem ya ka che gofrede abo adam say on recuse no ho from case na ye di no because no ne yewura eye jakpa allegedly edi nkomo on WhatsApp and other stuff and a medium nti akoba ne sen ana ni ono no etina mu me ball Vincent Ekwesefua suit to twene ye no wekohia ajudge from yenu a wo mo so ewo eye Supreme Court a wo mo ka committee a ya seti ehun me ba chenti Alfred kumi abebi omra ye ba na ye ba be din komo ha
specifically on this no you allege say there was a restaurant in Accra.
Yes, a restaurant in Accra.
And ukoko 3 justices of the
Supreme Court.
Yeah. 2 of which are members of the committee.
Of the committee which
a probe chief justice.
Yes, and said by the president under Article 146.
Good. It is our 2 Supreme Court justices, no? Justice Scott Puaman.
Yes.
Justice Asiedu.
Yes.
And the other justice of the Supreme Court now Okase Ekwasefua injunction application. No?
Yes. He was instrumental. Yes.
Now on also kasa 2 justices now.
Yes.
And that justice ne yahwaya.
Justice Yoni Kolendi.
Yes. Good. And the justices miensa.
Yes.
And why would you when you have a restaurant?
Yeah, we are all the evidence is there. The record is there.
Record is there, meaning say video or picture to show.
Adam say we have all the records. You see, I don't want to go into the exigencies of the matter. We want the president. We are giving the president all the time to consider the petition. So we don't want to preempt anything at this point.
But as far as you are concerned, no evidence be over here to prove your case. No,
it's readily available with the witnesses also.
Witnesses are no in our restaurant.
Witnesses, witnesses, but 1 or 2 they are ready.
Are ready to testify?
Yes, they are ready to testify.
And you saw these justices, but did you see the lawyer for one of the petitioners against the chief justice?
That is when that person came to join.
Even
though he was already in the location. And to Obi Jina baby can say, this is a monstrous lie, and I say probably maybe a mature so if you are referring to me, it's me. But the question is,
yes,
were you there at the period? That's the first question. If you were there at the period, the so and so. That's if I just to answer the first question before we know. Were you there at that period between that 7:30 to 8:30? Were you there?
Were you in the restaurant?
Were you in the restaurant?
But no abba because it is a monstrous lie. No such meeting took place. That's specific. It is very easy to
Alfred Abebio Kumi ana Alfred Kumi Abebio Adante Kumi were Ghanaian citizen. I'm so no crowd file another suit court say chief justice case ono so ewo interest ewo mu a akse na esem de yenti ho asem biem but waso akohunu ajed for mienu awmudin ewo 6-member committee plus another judge nso a wono na were very instrumental ewo Vincent Ekwasifua esiuta de call court we botuku ye no very instrumental on party e da no mukosia no mudin komo which means omo form hadwen ewo eye committee no ma set no ho baby abebedu ni o amitie we.
You see, NDC is just fulfilling a campaign promise. Not because the Chief Justice, Madam Araba, Honorable Araba, Tokonu, Waye Bibi. But NDC is just fulfilling a campaign promise. Because during the campaign, NDC said it countless times that Oba, they will cleanse the judicial service, starting from the Chief Justice. Because to them, they believe that when some quarter, they don't have what they want. But yesterday 2020 election petition, for instance, NDC went to court with that fact. And during judgment and during court proceedings, you want to say don't get your will be son. There. Are you here to challenge
the figures?
The figures? No. They are not here to challenge it. It means that NDC went to the place with that fact.
Some but not the figures.
Yes. And actually, I said don't get the time up by party chairman. And when there or their campaign, the two for Swampofu. There. Or for Swampofu being a chairman or Tina Homa party, they lose miserably. And when they were going to court because they wanted to appease one party foot soldiers. But our Nankasa as a party, they didn't have
any
evidence. Because during the election, not during the that day election, they didn't have any monitoring system, recording system, until they didn't have any figures at the end of the day. And no blaming of Osampo for that actions. Intino say echo court in the demeanor of NDC and in the posture of NDC, whereby he didn't have any fact. Nenya what you had. Why do you have to blame the Chief Justice? Why? And Tindano prime facie president also established order outer yehumbino. Look at such a prime facie. How can this be a grounds into a Chief Justice if you now look at Obi during the program when they were discussing Chief Justice issue or say the grounds are what it is too low send the yema on the criteria on it Chief Justice office, then it means that we have lowered our judicial system because as one no kunna way to come. Entino eligible aminedi. And when they're doing one of the proceedings in Mpuntuo, I'm the Chief Justice with other superior judges. One rent with they refunded the money back. So say pede Chief Justice why ya dibia on into obey in idea. It should not be this grounds that end this worker. So the man end this worker there. Then I think that no Chief Justice be no or survive one office. When a new party come into office, there is no Chief Justice that will survive any office based on what NDC is doing. And I am here that the president is also going ahead because of the wish of the NDC grassroots. Not only just the law out. So and the committee is still finding it difficult, but they have to do the bidding of the president and NDC. No wonder the CCR no, the Supreme Court judge and committee members what's in a baby a would dear Wale Kasa because they all want to come together to achieve one common purpose, that is to take away our Chief Justice. On the basis of what they are saying, the way to come on the nukunu way to come. So this is how ye bebodru. But minim dem ameno so no ogini hudi to an extent that he will not go down on dummy basis no.
And I'm happy that suits are being filed at the Supreme Court every day. They are being filed at. I'm happy. We need to challenge this issue to its logical conclusion. We should not allow it just to go like that. Every able Ghanaian, discerning Ghanaians, should challenge this issue at the Superior Court. We should stretch our judicial system when it comes to matters like this. Because from 1992 a year constitution, it been see that the year Chief Justice if you on a basis like this. So I applaud every effort that is being done right now to challenge the president, to challenge the committee. The Supreme Court, in their wisdom, but a crumple census interlocutory injunction on way if you but the substance of the matter it is still at the Supreme Court. So we are hoping, we are interested that these things are being challenged. Onye the media MPP will come to power and you be Chief Justice on the basis like this. Na ebi MPP pedo onso oyinedi because obi aye bida. No, it should not happen. Because in any serious country, removing a Chief Justice is a very big issue pa.
Okay.
Because our court, political issues forms about 5% of the issues are within a year. Political issue.
Okay.
They form 5%. And you know, the justice of the court be on the form because they don't really come into the judicial system. And you know, even countries where a coup d'etat, they don't touch the judiciary.
Yeah.
Why the Ghana we are allowing NDC and the President John Dramani Mahama and few people to take the judicial system for a ransom? Why? Why should we allow them to take it for a ransom? We should not allow it. So what is happening to me, I am happy. Let it continue. Let us stretch the constitution. Let us stretch it so that Ochina obili yebia obodwene ho ansa na waye. But the President John Dramani Mahama will allow this to pass by. Na petition no so we could do name there. A Superior Court judge and members of the committee what's in what we didn't extra conduct of the judicial service. This is a very grave and a very serious issue that Amiamasam court yapona and your opponent ne lawyers or members like this would jinebia park wash your ball would komo didi. In the code of conduct when it comes to the judicial service, this is a very grave issue.
Yeah.
So if Mr. President is telling us that he's the man of the law, or now to establish a code of conduct to that many appointees, it means that he believes in the law.
Yeah.
So either the demo committee or dismiss a committee. No. If petition or the enemy, if it is found that it is true, then he has to dismiss these people. He has to. The Superior Court judge, he has to be replaced. Because the main process you are recording, it is a very serious process. We should not allow allegations like this on Bamba for so that the ordinary Ghanaian onya regime in the process. So the president, we are waiting for his response.
Okay.
With respect to this petition.
Okay.
That he has to follow the code of conduct guiding the judicial service. And if they are found to be true or dismiss the committee members, I want to work on.
Okay, so not that you want to be a contemnoir. Yes, we are a whole content of court, be say content of court, but yes, to see and what's clear. Many person who say with respect to Sanya and Nomesi Air Crew. Applications here and there, dismissing them from front, back, and everything. It's sunny no messy chrono. And a person say, Nya Chief Justice, true lawyer, go for your boy Dame, and the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is sincere, probably born in a opinion dances here. Obi can say, they say, ɔno deɛ ɔyɛ now no sɛ bia ɔnso ne interest wom
of course
because ɛyɛ de nya no a he's acting
yes
ɔbɛnya sɛ ɔbɛyɛ substantive ɛbɛ holding nsuo ni ɛbɛ yie
yes sɛ when huda ɔna mɛka no ɔbɛyɛ president ada
okay
nti a mese dɛ sɛ the grounds a wɔde yi maame no afi hɔ no pɛ the prima facie a yɛhu no so ɔyɛ ɔno nti na wɔde yi maame no afi hɔ a ɔbɛyɛ president ada hɔ
okay
and no chief justice will survive the opposite government when they come to power. If the basis here on into woli maame phone say oh hold water man they will tell me you maame if you are then tell me which chief justice will survive because we are looking at a chief justice here today announce in the case here obey what dismisses some of the judges and when the cases like this call for dismissal
okay
but with this prima facie we establishing next it becomes a substance on which chief justice is being dismissed. Let me say, no chief justice will survive. Say chief justice or babium no, on young people no appointing a what then eboko.
Okay.
Because if you can find a mere allegation like mere that to my media, then it means you have to go.
Okay.
But on the other day, it should not be a basis. You be kid be yen chief justice pa if you want it. Then yen allegation be anu mu true. So that ochina obi pedo repeat bia they'll find it difficult.
Okay.
But why the maybe miss there maybe mamboto ha na ejina ase wo on intino coffee. Who replacement obaba no.
Yeah.
Aye den so nso beti mo ejina so one day.
Yeah.
So if that become the basis into obeke the way you be dia then it is too low.
Very well.
Yamboto de ebia like I misappropriate another I misconduct on who. But the basis because ejina so ho on intie you dia then that basis is too low. This is what we are saying that basis into the chief justice in phone it is too low and with contempt as meliki I'm standing on the basis of asema kweke also record also our record into petition or that president and I say Mr. President based on the code of conduct or guide the judicial service and our justice system you are a public document say petition or about the winning no if it is found to be true then the code must apply. If the president does not apply also be precedent at the hall.
Okay,
that or be no so no the same thing can happen if you bet me a question boy ya ball nini now we can still come back and argue at the court.
Okay,
breaching the code of conduct. So what we are saying is one, Mr. President, say if the prima facie inter what do you mamini for if it hold Mochinebo imamini if you are it will set a bad precedent. No chief justice will survive. Or China say John Dramani Mahamalokwa or then the chief justice on your
nice one, Mate. But I say Dr. Frederick Boyne, a NPP communications team member. Your messages me to be Efa and Twaso. We say, good evening, my name is Lukman. Thank you. On any message I buy, no. Oboboni dino wadas here. We so I say, but I am fresh here and maybe phone lines, no. Good evening, please ask the NPP party that why they didn't sell the gold to make the economy good before they left. Maybe I wouldn't name the awoka on take near trying say. Good evening, Western Diamond TV. It's me, Opare Emmanuel, watching you live from Dwyer and Kwanta in the Tana North Municipality. And in fact, I really enjoy your show, rough. But we are still reminding our current president that we are still waiting for the 24-hour economy because we are jobless. Chairman, what the application to Ugumwana John Doman Mamma no need 24-hour economy amount. Application endorse. Enya bakuba fat why? Unia, Mr. Mepawasem. This NDC people are not serious. Oh, look at what Mama and his darling boys and are doing. This is from Tiger Boy Technique. Tichimai. All right. Good evening. My message is very simple. This NPP, my man can read the talk because it's big. Okay. Until we are watching 0535045768. I will free say, who was some trainer in here no. Medin kaka. I am move share in TV station no. nansempa ye kan mu mpetia se information center bi o mo ton sebe mbeme duru a mo de eye mba ho adwuma wadam tie no hu no na ubetia ha hwa na se ne ye ka no o femu aba na sebe o with the message bi an se bi enimu ebese ne yende a yes ye be kan ne reply o e wo sebe se ne wo pe no a me da se. Lastly, I say so NPP has the right to sack the AC and not the NDC. All right, me da say so we should ni bibia send ya enko send bi no so ana mo so a aya mo ko Facebook any social media handles no so e ko tre sebe nko asem gu no ye hu mu na we are trying our best to deal with you people, but sebe me kama kire on de uni nyansa sem bia twere e wo ho a e obi page enya wo dia nti ade nti obekọ na de wo ye no mpe na wontwam na obetwe sebe nko asem de gu wo se me wo send message personal na say ya ten ya menkan se mankan a eno na mba bonten e mo bi hu se wa send message bi sa wo delete it, but obekọ social media no so a e ya mansan obi akoso no akotro san kwa asem no mo ye careful na mu bi wa makache ya no ya kra asem mo na ma muti koto na mo di sisi wo no but ase your messages kakram okay asa messages na sentino okay so we say mama told us we have short memory, so why? All right, me na say afa be phone lines in there too na have a few calls 0248071174 0248071174 me ba tawo ba obo di me be kasa free na lower volume no na tie wo phone no eso me na say good evening.
My brother,
I'm here to mono boy kwapia. Yango.
Hey, my brother, elevate more. But what tell you the oil mature pa. Mo bon pede ya mi mskana mpam the same thing.
Amen.
My brother, Messi anyansa sa ponsa mu difference between one sama one and burn papa also on say. Obaka incoming president for 2028 oil Dr. Baumia. And at the eye of the region honorable Kobe. Ejumura na oyemi employer and Kofi the Pamasa. Men at work one of you say could you papa ko jakwa Mr. Fuseni na oye my brother oye Kate Abima Afriku Olba oye National Women Organizer yeah do ni aminchon good question kutumpo seed fence na brother message your mama and na oye this when you be papa dia man check since ya munu peti teachers and necessary na allowances as the wage ya now mo make the drivers e cha wona what to do 30% o send there petrol of cross papa before ma to 12 cities what kind of want to do what's on your petrol go say na what what to spare part what to eat into ya ma drivers say man wa ja to know what to do into other what to do by 30% impo because what kind of NDC drivers fan what some there NDC labor mo one to one na me waka e wa my brother the American the MPP for your Western region woman be o send them NDC will ye be one way no MPP aba me ye won change was second brade MPP aba mende all your GMP said quarters were down in the market circle in the kwere mo we do
okay
ye chonwo ma NDC aba in the wobaya in the big phone with Mumnala, when we Chief Justice or everything, brother.
Yeah.
I don't need to Paul. Your mama boy, double baby, in the way. Like a German, dollar boy. Some few in the dollars, no two say. In there, some dollars no going to call me. And one brother.
Okay, Martin. May I say, Honorable Kwapia, hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Morning, baby, okay, Safri.
From Cobram Sam, my cousin free, Kakwadom. Minia, the American when they say, I was any one I'm about to say was any free band so. Yeah, and she I was my idea would say, I was any
Marty.
Now, Matt say, Chief Justice, need to my dear, but possibly no. Koya Siano, as I am say, as empower my young yan ta sampaw ya man ho ko si se ai men o ka se si se ma fiti wo ne mom fiti ai say ko fo na mra so ba ma na mra so abandon hin wa ba be to Chief Justice say on sorry free akonya no so na onfa nipa foforo on mesi ho ono ntwanko ni bio garanti ho asem bekan sisia ono babia aye friend MPP for no e wona asoja for na police for no be nyina betu akotno betu beji akotno beso babia obefeva ben de e ho bentuba na ni si wo
Matias, Papa. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Bodin, baby, I'm free.
Good evening, Richard. We got to hear something.
You didn't come on.
Hello.
Richard, me catch you say I am well know TV, but who tell why? Sambre be hello, good evening.
My good brother, this is the institutional.
The institutional.
We've been come Abusia. Numbers have been coming in Abusia.
Ami.
Mamma the Kancha, Mrs. Barbara Tinja, Philadelphia, and Copon. Want to know Quantum for institutionalizing Peter Honibelli.
Okay.
For institutionalizing Peter Honibelli. Nima wayen pese oni pele no ebe stand the test of time ebe stand the test of time. Talk brother,
yes sir.
And now I'm coming to the issue of Chief Justice me Chief Justice for say he should never give up. He to fight on. He should fight on. You not pinching on fight it. One proof in Ghana for say, he's innocent. I did John Domani Mahamani this year. A calculated attempt. I'm a plan say, Chief Justice today, you buy in the free hop. Muka than the Chief Justice, the Bayan Kwenye, no one yajin, Najin. When you're printing, not on defending, huh? One proof the word say, we're innocent. Na Musa dan Kwasolia and na survey na mini amebusa asem nenike Chief Justice yeto ababa
me dey am one
e pese Musa dan Kwase Chief Justice yeto ababa na
e one
ibi Musa dan Kwa ma post aba aye so low ama si so bia so mu post biem abe kakra won wale kwa na wa ye gu a Musa dan Kwa be post
very well
na go bere he ma me ka se lu ha President Mahamani NDC we catch on that speculation Omotung for social media so much omuka. Send an estimate here 80 cities. And away you say, no hey. Enko siaga.
Mate.
Because yet your man, no, they are come 300 almost 300 million Ghana cities. And they are quarter pampers. Obia can you, sanitary park. You can you, Obia D.
Very well, Mate.
Obia education. And the two are not to dance with Kupado. A few organ and Ghana piano, catching a woman, and to be on the sanitary paraba. And no black education, Minameka, Chinese Pami, and 1 million answer.
All right, Mate. Uncle so me dan CP. Hello, good evening. Hello. Good evening. Hey. All right, so 0248071174. I'm trying to good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, baby. Kasa free.
Kasa pia sama kasa Richard.
Kasa.
NDC for nama dada ya, ne wadada ya, di omo ya ne nyakura Ghana. Chief Justice di onye BBI. I say mutimi panishi ni sa.
Alright, me da se papa so afre. To viane ne kasa. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Ochima ba so yote.
Onya gba. No.
Yeah, just mami talk on.
Yes.
And the junior, what could the lawyer say, Basano?
Yes.
If you want country any day, so I'm telling you, my uncle, it's all the lawyer about time now we're cooking that you.
Abotala.
It's on there, so I'm 15 years that time, you know. Now, then,
1982, King.
1982. Now, what 15 years from 1 or from 2.
Okay.
Nti na nkanyina osu ohodina ya reho wokudo me no ya se baasa no nkanka besi a ne bada ne nufa no wokuru nti dama na PNDC why NDC nti mahama na wo ya ndania won hwe ne ye obotu akafa gang na okoku maame no nti ya no shame ya bo se papa de maame no won bo no hu ban man because mahama no yin ikwa no no yenyim won papa ro ni na bido and then what catch over the daughter of Medra now who boyfu. In Portugal, Mammy, one by my nati.
Mate, Mammy cry, me that say, hello, good evening.
Oh, you are done.
You are done, Mammy cry. A commander would differ. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Bodin baby casa free.
Look, cut of the carry.
Udini be him.
Cut of the carry.
Any go quick.
What? Emilio, what is that? Done at the father. Ojadi.
Koko me se me ton ka o.
Me ya de Ghana for yampa at papa devil.
E dey na e papa.
So be one tibia. E say ke yo ka so me. Ana
asa na o kana say me ba. Asa yi no smash katawa no me nti asem ni.
Me say, Mundia, Sadoli, so about one city and could have a man.
Oh, yes.
Hey, it's not any power for this waiting. No, why you may no my more. I am the so my the most my warrior there.
Okay, Martinia, what can I say? Into no, don't I near one city and Kayampa, but say, and she said, Papa, and dear could do one city. Like any Becca as some party I found. Why, Mr. Wallo, good evening.
Good evening, bro. Upon the day.
Yamiatum, Udi Baby Casa free.
Oh, who near Bema Muti, in the Casa Fragile, in Hawaii.
Most, Mamtio.
The doctor Pa was Juma Home Air Body Boy, my Ghana, near MPP. Hey, Milia, a China, Lemon Day drivers, you almost a lot of fair so.
Aye.
Now, I get a COVID by Yenomana. And I'm your taxi driver, walk a clinking station water.
Okay.
Egrufu mo no. Yes, taxi yes for the pa 4. Nanado e ma ye fa tere. Ye kan so te lore fe so. Enti die na wan that's almost on the say lore fe na step out fe. Enti lore fe so almost no dey. Almost say step out so. Yen ti men ti lore fe so almost te pe so a. But e die na fi e ma ne. Almost te pe so. Kakra enunti almost lore fe so. Na ye mi ka ye won say step out no almost so ana. Nikita mo so kan macho. Ade the engine after no for engine that is 200 million. 20,000. Abo so kan macho. Engine 20,000 Ghana cedi. Ade na si si almost lore fe so. Na ni kama yima ye head ni this.
All right. Martin Medas say hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
The radio PRO.
Saint Okushamo.
The radio PRO.
Nyankwada edinu waboni ondumu light dawo. Bedda light musa.
Mahamud oyo president o.
Emum.
Merekayo.
Nati mamiteo.
PRO nyame o papa. Na mi cha do glofo ho ina. Na mi cha ska ketan NPP nyame kede. Obi ankana kuma chini yem. Ma mi odun kasta be city. Yeshempo yewu. So bi ai na di 2028 NPP for the system man. They have to use the pardon. The Benya president Shaka ho. It's under the concern on Abu Jogati. The lawyer Ezekiel Buama is the Obiani Yami on Shawon. My own papa. So just here, what's the dollar akufoma? Unam NBC far one purpose to prepare into one. One and one fans today. $1 no akufo. Dollar na akufo and the foot thread. Patron Papa, Nancy, Nanekufado, no Dr. Baumia, what do second? What is the Papa to follow? One other woman, the dollar and akufoma. Abaya for so they can see the way the end is to far one purpose to Piano, and then now what the fans. End is to for the fans are done. Galam saying now, I'm a new one shot more the fans. For the fans are done. 24 hours economy. What God used to put, and they used to put when you dado. then that you are once and once and and it's the book of fans like that. And what was it? Mr. Fu, I got that one. What was the movement development bank? So Mr. Fu wanted. Send me another Akuchisanko. Yeah, catch a gun for that. And somehow on my page, or some of the mom ended to walk on one to me yet. Look, there, what in the sun, making out in a quiet. The best I got for, and you to go. Can you? That then I met we in Gabuni. If I then we are doing so, I do Kulema. But no one could before when you didn't pension.
Okay.
But my young pub wants to take never NPP. Found that power view. Then was so young, your papa. Never in Jabba, what you know, and that umbrella. The Ghana, offensive the prince. That's what
Jamaica also. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Body baby Casa free.
Yeah, Casa free.
Casa free anaje.
Aye.
Good evening, say.
Papa
Evans, any come on.
Eka wuke debi na obe. Tari no kogo ngani me. Lepa kogo bete to the beti. Obi mboko dia nwi betu shu wa.
Wewe. Bibi ani wa wonkuno. Okay, and you mean what we know? Tell no TV say or better remix for her. Me for last 2 calls. Na yes. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Bodin baby Casa free. Me ho ye.
Half at me.
Mami tio.
Munia. Ya da nyame ase. Munia ba ko bo say so wu mo ko dia. Mama ya yero ho. And this for mu no mo ho na mo sede. Dollar no. Omonya ho hwe. Yusi ana de sa na na do ada ro ma di. Obi e nim kinkan o. Nyame adom. Wan ko su ko ba ba kan no. Inti na ba mo se dai. Pan no o de free ticket. Obi aba e free ticket o di bi ba pan na de ba. Mata ne ko so ya ha no. Ye boda no so ti ha no. Omukọ French ekoto nam deba enam one mo deba Ghana ti no mkubenya bia di no migration for egiji omuska bumbumbu di enam munia ebi tu o ha to ta me bi da awo ye boda ujo wa boda ne so nti me samo ndc aban nya abanya eboji ma abu Ghana.
Okay, mate me da se fa frefo ni nsi na yemfa enkomo no FMW. Doc, final comment on me and Queenie.
No, so that means callers in be worry canoe. In fact, when you look at some of the comments, I think that it is in the right direction.
Okay.
Because one, Mameno, there is no grounds to be or you or the Chief Justice. And we are hoping that the President, John Dramani Mahama, will at least see reason in some of the statements a majority of Ghanaians are making. That woman is obia whether way in if you or because you want to achieve political score or your political campaign into no change whether ye when no ma here you doom so ya only say businesses in this country kwakra kokumasi. These are pressing issues right now. And the talk right here, she tam makes a word doom light in the quality war. Word doom light in the da in the day you bring us at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, no word doom light. These are pressing issues. Ghana for Wall that look at our energy issues and solve it. Galam say naked the total ban baban. These are the things Ghanaians are looking for.
Yeah.
On your Chief Justice removal, on what will it do to the ordinary Ghanaian? Can naked baba 1 cedi no? Fabra 1 cedi. Cement na naked that 80 Ghana no. Mom reflected that cement able to 80 Ghana because at least that is the price of cement. President John Dramani Mahama able to ayedi jaw.
Okay.
These are pressing issues Ghanaians are looking for. Cocoa farmers in a 6,500 per bag.
Wallet trend about 6,500 per bag. President John Dramani Mahama, NDC. These are pressing issues. Only the removal of the Chief Justice.
Very well.
Inti, please look at these issues and solve it for Ghanaian. Aberdeen obey Nigeria and the Ghanaian cocoa farmer. You bought toy for from 475. It reduced 3,100. Aberdeen obey ye a Nigeria part the cocoa farmer benya 6,500. That mean a promising one. Honor your promise.
Okay.
So with what NDC is doing, really, you whom baby and nani see nani see. So Ghanaians are looking for it. And you know, do it for the ordinary Ghanaian. No, okay. Your part that is your watch it. At 300 million, obetim we see part factory by 10 in this country.
Okay.
That's what part there that cheche. So this is what Ghanaians are looking for.
Very well. Dr. Frederick Boyne, communications team member for the NPP in the Western region. If you had a conversation, na abade yakropo ya aduma ochina ifiada. In ifiada de nso eba be somo. Na answer me musu no ma me fa birthday message we and I wish we and from timba chamsia mo fa branch ni phone into so ma me na me wish no kama pa a blessed and a gracious birthday and mbrey me de wish abranti ni phone be ba o TV no so na mafa kwanya we so a wish no ndi MC amosha ma me na me fa enwie with a birthday message. And it is Emmanuel Atakosa. Yes. And the emphonia that was screen this one. Emmanuel Atakosa. Na uko Deeper Life Basic School. A war a fear my peace. Christian Hills. A dear school quadano at a friend no. Sayima. And I Sayima Edin birthday. Sembranti nsuo wo ne mu papa mbranti nsuo wo ne mu pa nti sayima Emmanuel Atakosa a happy birthday going out to you wa kira de wo school ameyere enso kira de a me nkwada miensa esan ko school school nim nti Deeper Life Basic School Efiama Peace Christian Hills teacher ni ba ko nde wodi ni birthday happy glorious blessed and a gracious birthday to you, Emmanuel Atakosa. Teacher Ima, when you could shop na won't wa dream on to quandem. Now when you will be sad dear emfa and happy birthday. A teacher for Madam for school authorities management say one more far when you will so now one more will show a blessed birthday. Merasipi afei yes also Mamada MCRC camera DJ Black Foreigner one day chinchim camera no and Jaro Kill one also extra camera I'm about TV no eso the entire production team will be able to madam we na mwasi ya me admo china mayensan enhia me din de ochina maba AS Encho the radio PRO Kubala Baluki Ja